Previously on Autofocus.
I'm not exaggerating. I think it's the softest, best riding air suspension I've ever driven. I'm thinking of things like the Rolls-Royce Spectre, the Maybach. You can't actually buy it here in the US. They don't ship cars here yet, but if they did, I think they could crush. Because this thing has the most features, the most tech I think I've ever seen or experienced in an EV. I'm very impressed.
What if I tell you that after all that technology and luxury, the real game changer is what he couldn't test? I am John from Super Accelerator here in Beijing, China, and today I am pushing this Li Auto Mega further than any American car reviewer can, which means 5C charging, intelligence driving, and why this technology should scare the West. Let's go. To understand how Li Auto dethroned a series of legacy automakers, you have to understand two words: dad energy. In 2015, Li Auto bet on range-extended EVs, which basically are hybrids. They refuel like a gas car, but drive like EVs. Critics laughed in their face until they sold 370,000 units in 2023. And why? Three words: fridge, screen, sofas. Every one of their cars comes with a fridge for baby bottles, a screen for Peppa Pig marathons, and the seats are so plush that they would compete with a Barca lounger. But the Mega, this is their first ever pure EV, and also a $77,000 gamble. Does it pay off? Let's see.
Now, let's talk about real world, real scenario range. Now, why would I add real scenario to this? Because there are some car reviewers that would test the range of EVs using very extreme scenarios, which means there's only one person in the car, no AC on, no matter how cold or how hot it is out there, and with their window all shut. But I mean, right now here in Beijing, China, it is 0 degrees Celsius out there, so I'm not gonna do without AC. I'm not gonna do that to myself. And there's two persons, me and my beautiful shotgun here in the car. What I'm going to do is turn the AC on with 24 degrees, 2 grades of wind, heating in the seats on the front roll and on the steering wheel. I already charged the car last night, but since I've been sitting in the car for a while with the AC on, so it dropped from 100% to 99%, but I'm gonna overlook that. The Mega is rated for 710 kilometers, which is 441 miles of range. Now, it is already dropped to 703 kilometers. Now, it says on the screen that after about 2 hours of the ride, 164 kilometers later, when I arrive there, I'm gonna have 62% left of the battery. So, we'll see about that. All right, now we have arrived. Let's look at how long we've been driving. In total, I drove 163.7 kilometers, and 135.9 of them I used the intelligent driving, so basically I didn't drive. Now it's got 56% of the batteries left, which is 401 kilometers. May I remind you, this is during winter and it is 0 degrees Celsius out there. So it dropped right about 300 kilometers, which the actual range is 163 kilometers, give or take. I'd say that's pretty good.
李想同学，把悬挂高度调到标准。 He loved the magic carpet, especially in the comfort mode. He even said that it is even better than the Bentley and Rolls-Royce that he tested. But here's the thing. My family isn't really used to air suspension. Combined with my driving style, the passengers in the back are usually a little bit carsick, and sometimes even the shotgun. But the Mega, its dual-chamber air suspension offers two modes, comfort and sports mode. And mind you, those are not driving modes. Those are the style of the suspension. Those are the drive modes, which are Eco, comfort in the back seats, comfort, standard, sports, and high performance. And in my own experience, during sport style, it eliminates the possibility for the passenger to feel any car sick because it is stiffened by 40%. Americans are always asking, is 5C charging just a lab hype? Well, let's demystify 5C charging first. C rate measures charging speeds relative to the battery capacity. Now, theoretically, 1C equals an hour full charge. 5C is 12 minutes full charge. But in the real world scenario, the thermal limit capped this at 520 kilowatts sustained. First, I tested the 5C charging in Tianjin using a 520 kilowatts charger from 27% to 80% in 10 minutes. That's 53% charge. Enough to go from New York to Boston. A Tesla V3? Same amount of time, only 32%. Then I tested again in Beijing. Same 5C 520 kilowatt charger from 13% to 100% in just 21 minutes. Tesla's charging speed plummets after 80%. But the Mega's CATL battery plus 800 volt architecture keeps it fast all the way to 100%. This is why China's charging network is terrifying. This isn't a HUD. It's a LiDAR-powered reality overlay. It's got all kinds of information in it. Speed, navigation, real-time map drawn by a 128-line LiDAR, and when you turn the indicator on, it even shows you your rear view using your camera. And the intelligent driving system? Let me show you some clips of how it performs. Also, it has some very tiny but very detailed design touches regarding safety, such as this. Even if only one person in the car didn't have their seatbelt on, you cannot activate intelligent driving system or adaptive cruising control. Not even that. Even just one person in the third row didn't have their seatbelt on. After driving for a while, the AEB system will also deactivate, forcing that person to put their seatbelt on. This isn't just a better system. It's a China's chaos forged system. You call this the best EV you can't buy. What if I tell you that Li Auto is actually secretly testing in the United States? Well, okay, I just made that up. But if it ever comes to that, let's settle this. Mega versus Cybertruck. Cross-country road trip. You bring friends and kids and all, and we'll see who spends more time charging or who spends more time driving. And the loser buys the winner a latest Huawei phone. I'll be in the comments waiting for you to reply. It's on.